Okay, here we are. This is a fresh WordPress install on our new 5K client's website. We showed you how to install a WordPress site with one click in the previous video. You can find a link in the description or somewhere on the page, depending where you're viewing this video. What we're going to do now is install Elementor, which is our default page builder, and we're going to import that the superseller template that was responsible for around more than 100K in sales a year, and we obviously didn't make it, but we copied it from a guy called Robert, who made a site called, I think, just look for Scandivids on YouTube. This is it. So this is the original thing. What we did was we kind of copied it and created a template that you can use to just put in the content for your offer. Okay, so let's go in to plugins, add new, look for Elementor, please. Yep, there we go. Elementor page builder, 3 million active installations. Install now. Should be really quick. And yep, there we go. Activate it. And it's installed. So what you see now is you have a new Elementor thing here and templates where you can save your templates. Now we're going to import a template, the template that you downloaded. And if you need the template, you should see an opt-in for it, or just write to us at 5kclients.com for the template and we'll send it over to you. So let's go over to Save Templates, Import Template, choose File, Elementor, wherever you saved it. Go say Import Now. And okay, so we imported a template. Now this is a template that can be applied on your homepage. Okay, and your homepage is supposed to be the superseller page that sells your offer, your ridiculous offer, the offer that no one can refuse. Okay, so let's do a first step. Let's say edit with Elementor right now and see what we see. And there's some things we're going to have to adjust. And I'll show you how to do that, because what happens is that you might have a template already installed, a WordPress template installed on your site, and that is going to affect the styling of your superseller page temp. Okay, so as you see, this is not supposed to be what it looks like. This is supposed to be full width. This is not supposed to be here. This is supposed to be full width. There's, this color here is coming from the theme that's installed, the template. So we're going to change a few things. So let's go back here. Yeah, instead of clicking with Edit Elementor, now click with Edit. What we need to do is we have to make this into a, so when you're on the page that appears, just scroll down. This is that you're editing your template, your Elementor template. Go down to Post Attributes, change this to Elementor Canvas. Remember to say Update, and then say Preview Changes. So let's preview this page outside of Elementor. See what we see. Okay, so it looks a little bit better. Yep, everything's looking good. At least it's normal now. Okay, so that's how we export it basically. This is not an error. This is inheriting from your template. But what we can do is, if you don't have a template and you don't want it to inherit from your template, what you can do is go to Elementor Settings. I'm opening a new tab so I can always come back to these without having to reopen them. Go to Elementor Settings. And what happens here is if you check these, basically, checking this box will disable Elementor's default colors. Okay, so this will disable Elementor's default colors and means that it will inherit it from your theme. So what we don't want it to inherit from the theme right now. We'll just leave this unchecked, but if you do want it to inherit from your theme, the colors and the fonts, remember to check this. Okay, so we don't need to save changes, but if you change something, save changes. what we're going to do is go back to our Elementor. This is the preview, close it, close settings. We're going to go here and we're going to reload the page, see what happens. Hopefully it will show the updated version, otherwise we have to close this page and reopen with Elementor. There you go, it's showing everything as it should be, and I will start to, okay, let's do this right now. Default colors, you see that, that's where it's getting from, that's where it's getting this from. So, I mean, I'm not really going to use this color. What I'll tell it to you is just, I want the primary color to be some kind of a black, So say that, see how it changes. It seems a little bit too black. Yeah, around there is good for me. Say apply. And update the motherfucker. Okay, so it's updated, and yep, let's go through this baby. Okay, so the first part here is your header. Okay, this is 80% of your efforts must be dedicated to generating a very good headline and explain why your visitors should never, why they need to buy from you. Yeah, you have to explain why you need to buy from you. So to work with Elementor, all you have to do is click on the block, and then you can edit the content here. Depending on what block type, that's basic. That's the basic functionality. Well, I think any page builder, but specifically Elementor. So yeah, let's take a look at the original one we copied from. So basically his was get a professional video, a professional 30-second video to give you your business reason to buy from you at $597, okay? And yeah, we copied that, and he generated 200 clients served, and he had upselling, so he generated around more than 100K a month on this. Maybe a total of 600, 700 the last time I read his stuff. So basically that's what you have to do here, okay? Now, you can put an image here or you can put a video, depends on what's your strategy. And what's awesome with the page builders, you can just drag this over here and make the video a little bit bigger, so have it occupy 2/3 and this 1/3. And that's some type of title you can change, summarize your attractive offer in like 1 sentence. This button, this is important, okay? So when you click on this, don't click here because it'll actually take you. Click on this icon, that's what it's there for. So if you click on here, it'll take you to where the button is pointing to. All you have to do is just, empty space or this. Yeah, okay, meet the right click, we got it. What happens is that if you say right click, you have extra options to edit the button, duplicate, copy the style, or delete it, okay? So what happens is that this button is linking to this hashtag order. And let's see what happens when I click to it. When I click, it takes me down to the pricing area. And how was I able to do that? What happens is that if you give a hashtag instead of a URL to a button, it'll take you to a section that has that hashtag as its ID. So basically, what I did was I clicked on this. This is a section for Elementor. Go to Advanced, and then in the CSS ID, put in the same thing that comes after the hashtag. So that was order without the hashtag signal, okay? So just order. So any buttons now that have, like this one for example, that has hashtag order will scroll you down to that area, okay? You want to have a CTA in your above the area, which is this, above the fold area, which is the area that is visible when the page loads. Okay, so as you go down, you will see we have this navigation thing here, which actually should stick to the top, but you need another plugin for that. And you need another plugin for that, and you need to give this section a class. In fact, it's a sticky header class we added to it, so that that plugin knows that whenever this section hits the top, it'll stick to the top. But anyways, that's extra stuff. You don't really need that. What you could do here is, I'll explain it in the next video, I guess. You could delete this if you're not going to have a sticky header. But all you have to do is just download a plugin that applies the sticky header functionality, and it will explain to you how to do that. Also, what you can do is use the opt-in form in this page or the link to receive a fully functional installed WordPress site where everything is already set up for you, except your merchant accounts, obviously. But if everything is ready for you to just start inputting stuff, okay? So not only the page template, not only this superseller, but everything else from the WooCommerce section to emails to pop-ups to the funnel. I'll explain to that later on when we get to it, but there's a funnel in this also. So if you opt in, we'll send this whole setup for free to you once you send us your information, so we can set it up for you. All you have to do is pay for hosting and the domain name, which is, it's minimal costs. Okay, so let's, okay, so here you should put in a logo and just choose image here. You click. If there are no images, you will be asked to upload them, or you can go to the media library and see if there's something you can use. But there's nothing. This is a fresh install. We do not have anything. That's the logo. I would say to add it. Anything simple. See, these guys had a Scandivids. That was their brand. This thing here. Just go over the icon. It's actually an icon list. So to add icon list, just go here and scroll down, icon list. Okay, so why this is not an actual navigation block from WordPress. This is just an icon list with, you can change the text here, change the text. You want to add an icon to it, you can add it here. Keep it simple. You don't need icon. And what I did was I added a hashtag Y, and that means that there's a section here that has that as an ID, has Y as an ID. So if I press on Y, if I click on Y, it takes me down to this section, I guess, but you can choose whatever section you want. You can change Y and make it go to another section. How did I set this section as Y? Click on this thing here, go to advanced. As you see, there's a CSS ID Y without the hashtag. Let's go back up. And remember always to click on the icon, otherwise you might get taken to whatever you're clicking on. So we added a what, a how, and a fac. And then here we added an order button. And let's see this order button. Basically, it's type default. You can change the colors here, but how did I set this styling here? What I did was, this is the basic information the button needs to work. So what type? The text, change it here. You can add multiple, exclamation marks. Tell it where to go. Again, I'm telling it to go to the order section. You can tell it the alignment, so you can say to the left, center, right, or occupy all the space. I want it to be all right. You can tell the size, so extra large. Yep, that doesn't work, so whatever. We'll just say small. Also here you can have an icon. As you see that's an icon. And spacing of the icon from the text, you can decide that here too. And how do you add this type of styling to it? You do it here. Typography, you choose here, so you can actually choose the size of the text. The weight, the 900 is like a bold type. You can choose here, but then this is fine-tuning it, so I could actually have it a super light. You see how that changed. But I want it to be like, really visible, so I'm going to give it an 800. Style, you can choose normal, italic, but well, that's not too bad. Actually captures your attention, but just leave it default for the moment. And advanced is the blocks, the padding that this block will have according to the stuff around it. You don't really need this stuff at the end. What you do need is maybe you want to turn this element off on mobile because you think it's too much. That's a really good thing to do. On mobile, only keep the elements that are most necessary. Okay, so let's go down. The first thing that we decided to put was to have a case study. So, and the awesome thing about this, it does not have to be yours. In fact, my case study is Robert's agency here that was able to generate more than 100K a year, sorry, just using this salesman's page. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how to build it on this video. What you could do is you could describe a little bit what the case study was about. So, you know, anybody's case study. It could be yours. It doesn't have to be though. Just proof that this works. And then start like saying the results of this, of the results that this person was about to get. I don't know why the numbers are inverted, but if you wanted to like change the position, all you have to do is say bloop, pull it up here. Same thing, go over this icon, press down and pull up. Boom, we just fixed it. Now I think here has too much spacing. Let's see if we can fix that, okay? Oh yeah, so these things, they're pretty cool. They're called icon boxes. And the title can be changed here, and then the description can be changed here. If you want to give it a link, just write it here. If not, leave it blank. You can choose the icon position with this. You can say I want it on top or on the right. We want it over here. We can choose what semantics has the title. In H3 is a third level title, but you could give it an H1. Let's see if something happens. Okay, nothing happens to the eye because I've actually set the styling to that, so that overrides the default styling your template might have. We'll keep it in H3 because a page must only have one H1 as a rule of thumb. It can have more, but that's going into advanced stuff. Just give it anything below an H1. So we put an H2 here. There's too much space according to me on this one, so I'm going to see if I can... Okay, so you can choose the icon. If it's transparent, it'll take the default color, but you can actually give it another color here. Do you see that? We don't want anything. We want the default. Clear it. Click outside. Icon. Give spacing, the size. See, huge icon. 25. You can rotate it, and you can also change the content, which is this stuff here, not the icon stuff. And it doesn't look like there's anything that's going to help me with that spacing that I don't like. So let's go to advanced. So maybe there's a margin on it. Let's say 0. Yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, so that sucks. I mean, I probably know what it is. It's probably this global setting, this setting right here. And yeah, just say 0. Yeah, but that didn't help for here. But I'm just going to leave that. If that didn't help, so I'm just going to leave it 20 again. Go to this block, click the icon. So we put 0 margin top and we put 0 padding. That didn't help. Positioning maybe? Yep, it's not positioning. So yeah, I don't know what it is, and just play around with it. The goal here is to actually help you in putting in the content for this page. Okay, so here what happens is this is not supposed to be like this. Okay. So after the case study, we put in companies we have worked with to have some social proof. But you can take this out if you haven't worked with anybody yet. But what I want to talk about is basically this section has a beige background that we don't like and should not be there because the template that's not how the template was supposed to be. So what you do is you click on this, so you select the section. You go to Style, Background type Classic, which means just choose a color because you can add a gradient, you can add video, and you can add a slideshow to the background. That's how powerful this thing is, and it's free. Just choose the color, go to white, there you go. We just fixed this. Now, as always, click on the block, change the text here, click on the block, change the text here. You're wondering why is that outside the box compared to, yeah, why is it outside the box? Basically what I did was I wanted to be a little bit under the title. So I went to advanced and I added a negative margin. So basically as you add a negative margin, it goes negatively outside of where it's supposed to be. So instead of adding margin, it subtracts and it moves up. That's how it works. You can't do that with padding though. And here what you do is you change images. I would probably put in logos of the companies you have already worked with, not people, companies. So if you don't have companies, just delete this section here. And I want to have a recall right about now saying that we can do this for you right now. You know, telling them that we can do this. You can change this, obviously. I'm just basically copying Robert's thing here. We can do this for you. And he did basically the same thing. You can take it out, obviously, but I strongly recommend to have this recall here. Most people do have some type of recall in the beginning. You can change this. Always remember to remember the link for the button, and if you change this, the ID of the section, you have to change that for all the buttons after that. Okay, here you remind them of a discount that they can have by buying more than, 3 items or something like that. Now we go into the nitty-gritty. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is identify their problem. You have to explain this problem better than they know it. Like once you explain it, they're like, holy crap, this guy knows what he's talking about. I have that exact same problem. In fact, sometimes they're unaware of the actual problem and they think it's something else. So you have to explain it a little bit better. What's the problem that your service is trying to solve? But before talking about your service, you have to talk about their problem, okay? Once you have identified it, so they're like, yeah, this guy, yeah, I have that problem. They're aware of it. You have to agitate their problem. Make it worse. Show them all the consequences they are going to have by not solving this problem, okay? So, yep, this is where you make them feel the consequences of not dealing with the problem. It should amplify the bad things, how the bad things would get if the problems went unfixed. So you just add all the consequences here. And, you should know what this is. So what's the consequences of not, getting yourself in shape or dieting? And these consequences should be consequences they care about, because if you're like, yeah, you're gonna die if you don't diet, maybe people don't care about that. But if you say people make fun of you at the beach, a lot of people are gonna care about that. You know what I mean? So this has to be very closely related to their pains, okay? And as always, this is an icon box, and what I like to do is basically just create the styling for one. You can delete all these. Create the styling for one of how you like it. Change the icon here. You can change the view, stacked, see what happens. Framed. Yeah, you can change the frame into a square, right? So we want default. What you do is create your icon box here and then you duplicate it. Duplicate so it has the same styling the first one had. So you can change for one, delete the ones I made, and then just duplicate it for each one, okay? We're gonna delete that, we don't need it. Let's go down. So now they know they have a problem, they know how bad it will get if they don't fix it. Let's introduce a solution. Oh, thank God. Okay, let's introduce a solution for their problem. And the solution should be not in a general sense and not your service. So what's happening is like you're telling them you have a problem, it's bad, but there's a solution. And the solution, what does the solution consist about? Okay? And then the next bit is you actually introduce your service here. So your service is a solution to their problems, and then you could take this out if you want to. I would leave it in. I think it's good to tell you, you brand yourself here. This is where you brand yourself. You say, I have a method, blah, blah, blah. So you say that, you would say dieting and exercise is the solution to your problem, okay? Or just abs, doing abs every day is the solution to your problem. And then you introduce your service that could be a method, a strategy, a platform, whatever is the same as the solution, but it's actually being tailored by you. You know, you just do some branding here. Tailored by you for them, okay? I add portfolios items here. This could be in a different place, because what happens is you introduce your service and you actually show examples of your service here. So yeah, that would be, but you know, you could take this out. Like for example, what Robert does is this page is for videos, right? You know, low cost videos of 30 seconds. He actually shows examples of that. So he introduced what his service does, the benefits for the user, and then he shows a portfolio of what already has been done. So that's why this section is here, but I mean, you could take it out. It depends on what you are selling. Show the results of the service. What's the end result of buying from you? And after that, you start showing the process. So what does the client have to do? Not your process. Like, they don't need to know how you get the result, but they need to know what they need to do to start working with you. So you show them, okay, so place your order, and that's where place your order is like telling them to buy in this next section. So you already planted the seed in their mind. Then what's the next step after that? Because they want to know. They want to know what's going to come after placing the order. So you explain to them that they will be getting a form to fill out with all their information that will start the process. Okay? And then you just continue saying all the steps that needs to happen. Oh, we don't want that to happen. All the steps that need to be completed in order to get the end result. So let's go back here. This is how does the process work. Place your order, fill out the brief, finalize the script, choose the speaker, finalize video, receive video. So it doesn't have to be like 4 steps. It can be however many steps you want. Try to keep it simple, but it's needed to keep the visitor calm on what is going to happen after he pays. He has to know that after he pays, something's going to happen, and like it's not going to be like in doubt. He's not going to be in doubt if the payment went through, or if you're going to contact him, or if he lost his money, etc. Okay, so now we're on the select your plan, ask for their order section, and this is pretty crucial. I want to explain a few things here. Basically, create at 2 to 3. Okay, 4 becomes too much, I think, and 2 maybe is too little. So 3 is the best number. Basically, this price should be the lowest price that you can offer a package to where you make a profit, okay? And the idea behind this is that it's so streamlined that you put in very little work to it, okay? Or you have a team of virtual assistants that can do it for you at a very low price. So basically, when the price comes in, the order goes to the project manager, and the project manager just, outsources that to the team. And the idea here is to create a package with basically all the same characteristics. So they basically have all the same thing, and only one thing changes. So in my case, I'm only the basic package offers 0 revisions. I'm gonna deliver the website to you, and you don't have a chance to revision it. If you want to revision it, it has extra cost. If you want 1 revision, then that's going to cost you this much, an extra, what is that, 400? And then Ultimate has 3 revisions, so that's more professional. So after I get back to you with 1 revision, you have a chance to look through it, say, yeah, okay, just change this, that. But basically, the product is exactly the same. In Robert's case, sorry if I scroll really fast, I keep forgetting. In Robert's case, the project was exactly the same each and every time. The only thing that changed was 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, okay? So that's the trick here. Make it really easy for the person to choose. Don't add too many characteristics. Don't make it hard for the person to choose what they're buying, okay? Always add, this is the original price. We're selling it for this at a limited time. add always this little icon at the bottom. They have to see that there's a money back guarantee. Here you add the characteristics. This is really easy. This is an icon list. Remember to click here. If you want to edit what is written there, just go in there and change the text, change the icon. Don't add extra links to this. The only link that there should be is to this area. These links are by now. These links are buttons that start the checkout process. So this page is actually part of a funnel that you do not have in this tutorial. I'm showing you how to add this to. I'm going to show you how to add this to a page, this template to a page. Okay. And you don't have the funnel builder with this tutorial. If you want the funnel builder, just opt in or click the link in the description and we'll send it over a complete system with the funnel builder, the page builder, the template, ready to buy. People will be getting to your site ready to buy at no cost, okay, for free. But you're gonna have to set it up yourself. I mean, it'll be all ready, everything will be installed, but I mean, you will have to create your PayPal account. You will have to add all the stuff by yourself. Anyways, it's free, so just opt in and you'll see you have 14 days to check it out before you need to start paying for hosting and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not gonna. It's basically free. I don't get anything from the install once I send it over. Okay. Yeah. So as you see, this button links to the first offer, which is actually the checkout page for this package. And you can link that to your product. If you have WooCommerce installed, yeah, you have to figure that out. This is only the template to that you can start working with. But as I said, just opt in and we'll send you a fully working version of all this. Okay. So as I said, this always add a 30-day money back guarantee. I like to add that icon thingamajig. Just click here. If you want to change the icon, you can change it here. Change the text here. Explain what the discount is. If you want to, you can do that. You can do that down here, or you can do that up here if you want. Let me see if there was something explained here. Yeah, this is pretty basic. Place an order, and we'll start working on your video. You can do that exactly the same here. And just write down the discount bulk offer here. Let's continue going down. We need testimonials. Very, very important. Do not skip this part. If you need this, give away your service for free to collect testimonials. This is very, very important. Okay, the more you have, the better. Let's look at Robert's. Look at how many testimonials that he has. What our client says. Boom, 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 boom. You don't need images, but I put them in for you so that you could add them if you want. Just keep these 5 stars. There's no use in putting 4 stars, whatever. If you want to do that, but just keep them 5 stars for max effectiveness. Write your testimonial here. The name, change the name here. This is actually a testimonial block that you can add from the Elementor blocks. So just add a name. You can say he's a designer or whatever company he has here. Don't add a link. You don't want people leaving your site, going elsewhere. You don't want that happening. Anyways, so if you wanted to continue adding more of these, you would just say, right click on this, say duplicate, and you can add more here. If you don't have that much, just get one, get the testimonial. But if you don't have it, then I'd say basically just delete the block, delete both blocks. These are actually 2 blocks. This is, what is this? This is a rating block. So you see how many types of blocks you can add with Elementor for free. And then you introduce your 30-day money back guarantee, which was already introduced here. And explain, this is basically what you need to just say. You get a 30-day money back guarantee, no questions asked. And if you're not happy, just ask for it. So add an order now button that will link obviously to your order page. Always always add the frequently asked questions at the end. You want people, this is where you take out any doubts that that person may have. So can I edit the files? What will I be getting? You can even add the, can I ask for a refund? Add that, absolutely, because people are not paying that much attention. Add it here again. Add any objections that can come up in their mind and address them here, okay? I added this order button here because I saw it in Robert's page. You see he has that here also. See that? Anything. Will I own the rights to the video? He even adds an email that people can contact him with. Can you make other languages? Are there additional costs? Address this question. Address it, because people will always think, if the offer is too good to be true, they'll always think that there are additional costs. What happens if I'm not satisfied? And you see he says this, if we can't work out any differences, we have simply will just request a refund within 30 days. Okay, let's continue. And a nice thing would be to add your team here, and this is basically an image box, so it has you can change it. An image box, it's not a simple image. Yeah, it is a simple image maybe, but you can choose it probably. Let's see, image box, okay, which is different from an image. Okay, it's not the same thing. Image is a simple image. Image box has extra stuff. Amanda Lee, title and description, we put in the name and say who the founder is. Just put, it's nice so people see, okay, there's a people behind it, and if they want, they can search for you on Facebook, on Google, wherever. Okay, and lastly, I put in this small little thing which I think is pretty good. You know, go in here, change your domain. So in my case, it would be 5kclients.com. My place here, my email is support@5kclients.com. Okay, and I just want to show you what happens. We're not done yet. I just want to show you what happens when I click on buy now. Okay, it doesn't work. Why not? Okay, I'll show you after then. Okay, so this is only the template. Now we want to install this template on your home page. Okay, so remember to always say update to save the changes. So we say exit dashboard, leave because we didn't save, doesn't matter. Go to pages, say add new. So this is the theme with that background. I don't know why it's there. Just say whatever. Like, what's cool about his page is it says his page is actually called explainer video now, just blah blah blah. So you could use this exact same thing to create your page. You know that's your home page. Oops, that's the wrong page. So yeah, let's call it website for just $297. Okay, so say publish. Are you ready to publish? Yes. Okay, it's now live. Now what we want to do is, once you create it, go to Edit with Elementor. And, okay, so, okay, go back. Oh, no, okay, forget it. Just, now we want to add the template. And to add templates, to add normal blocks, just, you know, press this add new section, then add the blocks you find here. But in our case, we want to add the template we just imported, so we say this button. You can choose Elementor's default pages here. If you have the Pro version, you can actually choose them here. As I said, these are fine to start working with. I just created a template for that 100K ridiculous superseller page. And if you want to import that, just go to My Templates. See that it's right here, one page superseller, insert, import document settings, yes. Hope it doesn't take long. It might take long. But since we have a super fast website, it's gonna be really fast. Okay, awesome. Okay, so As you see, this is not what we want. We don't want it to have a navigation. Okay, let it finish. Give it some time. This is still loading. It's a lot of content to import onto a page. And nice, it did it. Okay, that's pretty cool. So that's because we said import document settings. But in case it didn't work, always say update. You have to save it, so you have to say update. This is your page now. This is not the template anymore, okay? This is your page. And oh yeah, here it is, page settings. Just make sure it says Elementor Canvas. That's all. And you're good. You can even add a featured image. And yep, okay, we're almost done. Go to exit to dashboard. Go to settings, reading. Say your homepage displays as a static page, homepage, and we choose website for just $297. Okay. Remember to save the changes. Settings saved. Click on go over here. It should be the name of your website. Visit site. And your homepage is ready to start selling like a beast. Okay. I want to show you one thing. So you have to decide where it's going to link. With our setup, we already have this page is actually part of a funnel builder. Okay, on this new site, we don't have that loaded yet. So if I click buy now, it doesn't take anywhere because the link doesn't exist yet. But on the page we have set up, let's take a look. So on our page, our funnel builder is cart flows. Let me show you. So what we basically did was we went into cart flows and we created a funnel, add new, and so this is actually a funnel. This is not a page. So when we click, let's say edit, you'll see our home page is actually the landing page. So we set. This is on my local machine, so it takes a lot longer. Okay, sorry for the. I hope you're viewing this on a faster reproduction rate. Okay, so the landing page is a superseller. Let's have a look at it, and we set that to be our home page. You have a normal page. We have it set up on cart flows, and we'll show you how to do that in the next video. So you can do it on your own if you want to, or you can opt in below, and we'll send over this complete working website that has everything set up already. So if I click on order now, it takes me down to this section. I say buy now, and it takes me to the checkout for that package. Okay, and I set that up using cart flows, and I'll show you how to do that in the next video. If you're on YouTube, just look at the link description, and it's there. Otherwise, you use the button on the page if you're looking at it. If you're looking at this video on our website. So this is the actual checkout for cart flows, and cart flows is a free plugin that has a pro version, which I highly recommend buying because it has upsells, downsells, order bumps. You can add as many funnels as you want. The free version has only 2 funnels, but for your super seller, if you want to start selling, it's more than enough because as you see here, I already have everything set up, and all they have to do is click on this and say use and pay, say PayPal, I guess, and they can pay with any card they want, and I can immediately start generating money. So yeah, guys, see you in the next video, and I'll show you how to do this with cart flows. As always, if you want, just opt into the form, and you will get a free website that has everything you need to start generating money. All you have to do is put in your content, and all you have to do is pay for the domain and the hosting, which you decide where you want to pay for that. Okay, so Cheers guys, see you in the next video. Hope this helped.